Hello everybody, it is Sunday the 9th of April. It's Easter Sunday. Now I'm not going into Easter at the moment. Those that have followed my videos, you know what I think about the way of the cross. And I'm sure that I'm not going to celebrate it. But what I do want to talk about is our interpretation of that book. Because I came across something a couple of days ago, an article, which when I read it, I knew what I was looking at. You know, it hit me there and then, the meaning of it. But the wider implications of it have really only just sunk in. And how it really goes back to our wrong interpretation of the text. What it is talking about, and most of all the spirit in which it was given. Knowledge was given to serve. It was given to us to serve us out of love. So, the article I read, and that was really interesting. I'm going to leave the link for it in the description box. It really goes back to the law of Moses, and especially Leviticus 19:19, or it's repeated again in Deuteronomy 22:11, and it's mentioned in other parts of the Bible as well. So Leviticus 19:19, it says, "You must obey all my decrees. Do not mate two different kinds of animal. Do not plant your field with two different kinds of seed. Do not wear clothing woven of two different kinds of thread." And then in in Deuteronomy 22:11, it says, "Do not wear clothes of wool and linen woven together." There it's actually specified which kind of two materials you should not mix. Wool and linen. Which is a completely odd commandment, if you think about it. I mean, what the hell? But, and this is what I found, I'm just trying to bring this up now. I still haven't learned how to switch from one setting to another, but I'm just going to pull this across myself. Ta-da! So, there we go. And there was a scientific detail of linen frequency study. In 2003, a study done by a Jewish doctor, Heidi Yellen, on frequencies of fabric. According to the study, the human body has a signature frequency of 100. And organic cotton is the same, 100. So organic cotton is the same frequency as us. The study showed that if the number is lower than 100, it puts a strain on the body. A diseased, nearly dead person has a frequency of about 15. And that is where polyester, rayon, and silk, that's interesting, registers. Non-organic cotton registers a signature frequency of about 70. However, if the frequent has a higher frequency, it gives energy to the body. This is where linen comes in as a super fabric. Its frequency is 5,000. Wool is also 5,000. But when mixed together with linen, the frequencies cancel each other out and fall to zero. Even wearing a wool sweater on top of a linen outfit in a study collapsed the electric field. The reason for this could be that the energy field of wool flows from left to right, while that from linen flows in the opposite direction, from right to left. This left to right and right to left is interesting as well. You know, thinking about your brain and stuff like that. Anyway, read the rest of it. So I'm going to leave the link for this. So that commandment actually talks about frequencies and how they affect your body. That was a knowledge on the level of frequency and vibration. Well, frequency in this case. Vibration would be thought, I think. Anyway, so people then, and now as well, again, increasingly at the moment, get knowledge the spiritual way. That is to say, their energies, right, stretch out and connect with other energies. Questions go out, answers come back on the same energy. That's what's happening. So obviously Moses had an enormous spiritual experience up on that mountain. Obviously did. And that lingered on through his life. There's no doubt about it. The thing is, how do we interpret what we hear? And what we do with that knowledge? That is the question. And again, what spoke out of Jesus said, the knowledge was given to serve. This knowledge was given to serve us. It is to serve our life. It gave a knowledge of what kind of cloth to wear to enhance, your body, your energetic body, how to enhance that, and what not to do. That is not to mix those two fabrics because it's not good for your body. The knowledge was not given to rule over. That is to say, the knowledge was not given so that those that receive the knowledge think themselves elevated, then to rule over the others by giving them those laws and enforcing those laws through punishment. Now I've heard there is a punishment for mixing the two fabrics. To be quite honest, I haven't seen it in either Leviticus or Deuteronomy. If there is a punishment, someone let me know. I haven't seen it. But that was not the point. The knowledge was simply a fact that should aid your life if you go according to it. That's all it was. It was not given to somebody so they can exert pressure or something on other people. It was not given to rule over. And you see, that is where the teachings of Jesus completely should have changed our outlook of what we're looking at or how should we use that knowledge. He said it was given to serve. He says, in the Father, and that is again, know the Father as the field of energy and vibration, that which contains all, that which our energy body can tap into to receive knowledge. Or receive knowledge that will lead us to certain outcomes if we use it wisely. And he said, in that field there is no judgment. Judgment is up to us. It was given to the sons. We are the judges of what it is we do with that knowledge. But it said, it was given to serve. And it should be given to each other in that spirit. Not to make money out of it, not to rule over, not to have one over, knowledge is power, so you have one over on somebody else. That is not the spirit in which that knowledge was given. It simply stated a fact, which now, on our scientific knowledge, would suggest it has got something to do with the frequencies of our bodies and what's harmful for us and what isn't. And then it is up to us to understand and to do accordingly. I mean, your free will. You want to mix the two, go ahead. Fine. That's your outlook. But, at least you were given knowledge so you can make a choice. A healthy choice or a not so healthy choice. So this is really where we need to get out of the picture book interpretation of that book of the old guy sitting in the clouds ruling over this world and throwing thunderbolts or whatever and opening the ground beneath people that don't listen to him. That is not what we're in. That is a story, but it's not the story we're in. And we are at a point now that we can understand better than that. That we are in a field of energy and of vibrations and of frequencies, and that these things create consciousness, and that consciousness then knows itself in this world, in this field, and it starts gaining a knowledge of that field according to itself, because it is the focal point from which to understand, because you cannot know all. It will fry you. So we really must look at that book in that way. And even if they give them forms like angels or demons, we're still only talking about energies that affect us, that affect our bodies, that affect our minds. We must look at it at that level, and on that level we are no longer ruled over, but it is, as Jesus said, we are the judges. And you see, those that got the knowledge and think themselves elevated, no, they got the knowledge, as far as I can see, they got the knowledge simply because they asked. You don't ask the question, you don't get an answer. You need to ask the question, and that's what they did. They asked. And that was the only difference between them and others. They were curious. Or desperate. You ask out of desperation. But that's all it was. So, I think I leave it at that for today. Really, I think we should go with Tesla. Think about the whole thing on the level of energy and vibration. Yeah? And then do not make the separation between the Bible and our scientific knowledge in a way that was scientific knowledge that they gained. They didn't gain it by measuring things here in the material, but on the spiritual way, but it was still knowledge. And then we must understand what that knowledge said. And yes, to understand that we were given rules as to how we should use that knowledge. It should serve life. That's what it's there for. Anyway, I leave it at that for today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.